Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for stopping by and visiting with me. I am excited to share this video with you because it is my very first project in my scrap therapy book. So you guys know that I created a scrap therapy book recently, and there are no rules. At least that's my interpretation of what a scrap therapy book should be. Is just a binder or book where you could put anything you want that has to do with scrapbooking, paper crafting, photo taking, whatever it is. Journaling, of course, you could do that as well. And I feel like it shouldn't have no rules because it's from the heart. It should be whatever it is that you feel like working on. And so this is my very first project for my little book, and I am going to be creating swatches, watercolor swatches with my favorite watercolor what are they called, pads? No, I don't think they're called watercolor palettes. I'm sorry, I knew it was something with the P. But yeah, and I wanted to not only create the swatches with my favorite palettes, but I also wanted to make it like a pretty decoration for my scrap therapy book. So you guys know, because I pull these watercolor palettes all the time. And you guys seen me do a few multiple projects with them. One of them is the Pastel Dreams, and the other one is Shimmering Lights. They're both by Prima Marketing, and I wanted to make the decorative piece be a tag. So I used the Canson watercolor. You guys saw I used the same pad that I've been using for the bookmarks that I've been working on. I picked it up from Michael's. I like to buy them when they're buy one get one 50% off. And so I cut it in a tag that's 3x6, and I know that you guys just saw me do a lot of measuring. That's because the palette has 12 colors, 6 on each side, and so I wanted to create like a box where the space would be even. I'm not talented to the point where I could do a color swatch and it's automatically measured correctly and put in the right place, and it's a perfect circle, it's a perfect square. I'm not there yet, and I need a little bit of help. So I just created some boxes where I knew that I could put my brush within that area or that rectangular space, and the colors would be evenly or as evenly as possible without being too picky. So I took out my ruler, made a straight line down the tag, and then found 6 spaces that where I could go in order. And actually, I don't know if this applies to other watercolor palettes, but I know that Prima already puts like the colors in order for you in the form of like a rainbow, if that makes sense. Like they complement each other in the row in which they're already set. I hope that makes sense, because I'm seeing something in my brain and I'm thinking something in my brain, but I'm relaying it. Like you don't have to work on organizing them because they already give you the order that best complements the colors, if that makes sense. So anyways, so I'm following that pattern that already existed, and I'm doing my swatches in that order. I also, if you guys can see, there were moments where one stroke of a brush didn't do its justice, so I am just going back over with a little bit of that extra color that was on the palette space for blending, and I'm picking it up whenever I feel that I didn't exactly get the perfect stroke. So I'm just gonna finish doing that, and then I am going to you guys also know I use this decorative piece a lot. I am going to be bringing over a black pen, and I'm going to create an outline around the entire tag. And so just finishing up there, like I said, all 12 swatches. And on the reverse side, the video is gonna start becoming very choppy, you guys, and I apologize for that, but this took me a while to film because I did let it naturally air dry. I didn't use my heat tool, so I had to wait for that. And then on the reverse of this tag, I did the exact same thing for the Shimmering Lights palette. So I had to wait for one side to dry before I could work on the other one, and I didn't want to show you like everything on the other side because I literally did the exact same steps, you guys. I drew the outlines of where I wanted the swatches to go, try to make the space as even as possible, and then I just swatched, and then I created the outline. And like I said, I let this air dry, and there's what it looks like. Then I am going to add a little reinforcer. You guys know I love to use those for my pages, for my paper, and for the tags. And now I am going to be erasing all the lines that I did with the pencil. And I am going to start creating that outline with the black pen. I am using the Copic black pen, I believe. And at first, I did one with the ruler because I wanted to be straight. I wanted it to be straight. But then I came back and created like a second line that sometimes ended up converting into meshing with this one. And then there was portions where it looks like I purposely made it come out of the outline so it looks like it was squibbly. What a description. What a description. But you guys know, I think you guys know what I'm talking about. So this is the straight outline all the way around, and now I'm going to, like I said, just use my my pen to come back over in certain sections of the tag. I purposely make it squibbly and out of order, and then I put it back into the straight line. Then I'm going to be drawing a line at the top and the bottom of the tag. This is because I wanted to write the brand and then the name of the palette. So this is where the video is going to start getting really choppy, you guys, and I apologize for that. Again, I didn't want to make you sit here and watch everything because the steps are the same. I created the pencil outlines there. I am going to be bringing over the Shimmering Lights palette, and this palette is very light, very glittery, hence why it's called lights, and very shimmery. Because of that, on this tag I had to do some swatches that were multiple strokes, and you guys will see me working on that. In some of the colors I had to go over it twice, maybe 3 times, which I don't think is the proper way of swatching, because sometimes it may or may not give the true color of that color, if that makes sense. No, it didn't. It doesn't give the true what do I want to say, I I mean, it's still the same color, but it just makes it deeper when you make more than one stroke, if that makes sense. I say if that makes sense a lot on my videos. I noticed that. Sorry about that. I need more English words. But I'm finished here doing all the swatches. Gonna clean up, put that stuff away, let it air dry, and I am going to be creating that outline once I erase the pencil lines. Also a suggestion, do your lines with the light hand, because it is white paper, so if you do it heavy, like sometimes honestly it's hard to erase it all without being visible. So light hand when you're using your pencil. I am going to be creating that outline. Honestly, this is one of my favorite things to decorate the edges with, whether it's a 12 by 12 scrapbook or a traveler's notebook layout. Just simple and very minimalistic. I'm going to create that second line, which I skipped. I must have not done it on camera. Going to create that pencil line at the bottom and then at the top. And also, one of the things that I did is, you know, sometimes when you're not sure if your handwriting is going to come out really pretty, one of the tips that I want to give you is that I write the whole words with pencil first. And that way, if my handwriting does suck, then at least I can erase it. So I finished writing the brand and the title. Like I said, at the top it's gonna say Prima, and then at the bottom it's gonna be the palette name. And once I finish going over them with my black pen, then I'm gonna come back and erase the pencil lines. It just helps me better my handwriting. And I am going to be bringing over some ribbon. This pink ribbon was in one of the kits, Felicity Jane kits, and I am going to use it to put it on the tag because it's such a pretty pink. It's a gorgeous ribbon. I'm gonna staple it on both sides because I didn't want you know, for the staple to look like backwards on one, so I decided to staple it twice in reverse. And now I am going to finish the tag by adding some decorative not enamel stickers, I think they're epoxy stickers. These are leftovers as well, and I am just going to create a triangle of hearts because these are my favorite palettes and I absolutely love them. And I'm gonna secure them because this is gonna be inside a pocket. I'm gonna just add a little bit of liquid glue so that it helps them secure them a little bit better. And once I'm finished doing that, you guys, I am going to be bringing over my scrap therapy book, which I haven't showed you because I hadn't done it by the time I filmed the previous video. But this is what my scrap therapy book is going to be. It's a beautiful green and white with a wooden accent. And my first project can be added. You know, the only thing I needed to do was add a date of when I did this project, like stamp it somewhere on the tag. I'll probably do that. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side, add some epoxy stickers in the shapes of hearts, and that is going to be our project, you guys. A very cute way to decorate your scrap therapy book and to look at your favorite swatches, watercolor swatches. So anyways, you guys, I'm gonna leave you here. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. Have a blessed week. Bye.